Okay. Good evening. As some of you have met me before, and some of you have seen me at the ICT Gala night with longer hair. Apparently, Disney and we were informed to shave our heads. Somehow or other, timing was correct. Probably doing an extra personal communication. Okay, let me do a bit of introduction before I go into my section. I think under the Webcamp KK events on Facebook, it's supposed to help to pitch your business. But I twisted a bit. Here it's going to be, you're going to learn how to pitch your business, or you can stay at home. And some people may know why. Okay, I'll explain to you in a while. Okay, my name is Johan Amilin. Some of you may know me as a member of SATA or Sabah Computer Society as well. Some of you may not know that currently I'm a trainer. Okay, I train on communication, conflict resolution, and a few other things for soft skills. Okay, this is my 5th reincarnation. Okay, I started off after university as a banker. Then I became a stockbroker. 6th reincarnation actually. Then I became a future trader in KL. Okay, so basically my early corporate life was in finance, right? Then after a while, a lot of time after some of you young guys might not know, Outcome Perdana, cash, all these interesting shares in swing, mostly from Sabah. Okay, Sabah shares that from 40 cents can become 20, 30 ringgit in a few months. Those days, now no more. So the market and industry was changing, the finance industry was changing a lot. Okay. Also, at that time, you had, in the 80s, 90s, you had, I think, about 40 over banks. Now you only have a handful of banks. So this is kind of the industry was shrinking. So from there, I decided to do my own business as an entrepreneur. My first business was music, because I don't know how to sing, I don't know how to play musical instruments, so I thought it was a very good idea. Okay, there was a logic behind it. The logic was, Napster was hot then, you had P2P, file sharing, okay? As a source, music is very easy to get. If you do indie bands, okay, if you represent indie bands, it's very easy to get. I was working in IKEA at that time. So all these indie bands, young guys, have all of this music that they're willing to share with you as long as you sell it online, okay? We had some deals. The deal was I would sponsor them to go to recording studio to get the tapes, okay? They can use the tapes for their own auditions or sending into production houses, that's up to them. Not mastered, we don't do master one, so we take the tape and we load to our site, okay? So that was my first business that I did, but I realized that Malaysia didn't have a very good micropayment system at that time. Okay, so then I said, okay, another problem to solve as an entrepreneur. Yay! Okay, so I decided, let's try to do a micropayment system. It was in London. PayPal was not very active in Malaysia at that time, so we needed something homegrown because my target market was very young, didn't have credit cards. So we actually spoke to ePay, okay, the mobile top-up company, and they were willing to work with us as long as we got funding. Okay, so we went to see some VCs. Some still exist. I still Capital, Sekali. I don't know whether Sekali still has VC. Still enough. Sekali, I still remember going to the place in Cyberjaya. Okay, very interesting VC. You have to go in and then take off your shoes, and then become like very Malay. That time was a Cyberjaya.
Oh, the guy was
Ghazali. The founders. Okay, so a few. SoftBank was also one we approached, but I think SoftBank has also closed down their venture capital. So we did the pitch as well. Of course, unsuccessful because most of them told us, you'll be going against the big boys, okay, Maybank, etc. Because once they cotton on that you can make money from micropayment, overnight they can just switch the tail you also got. Okay, so that didn't happen. So because my micropayment system couldn't come off the ground, of course the music also stopped. Okay, so that was my first reincarnation as an entrepreneur. After that became an advertiser as well. Came back to Sabah, we did some advertising business, and currently my latest new life is as a trader, and also sometime judge in certain competitions. Okay, so that's why we're here today. All right. Okay. over the last few months, we've been doing in Sabah, KK, there's been a few competitions. Okay, and I have had the privilege to be the judge in actually quite a lot of them. Okay, one of them was the DG CSR competition, open to university students. Prize money was 1,000, and the top 2 teams would go to KL and I think pitch again in January or February. Okay, but this was targeted for corporate social responsibility, so something to do with helping another association or a minority group that needed help underdeveloped. Okay, and then of course we had the Sabah Got Ideas (SGIs). Okay, these SGIs prize money was of course bigger. If you won the district, you would win 5,000 and the right to go on to the grand finals. The grand finals was $20,000 for the top 5 teams. Yeah? Six. Okay, so there's $120,000 being handed out. So I was privileged to be judges in those two, and together with Disney. Most recent one was IDESA, where also it was 3 teams that got 20,000 ringgit. Now 20,000 ringgit to some may not seem a lot, but if you consider this in the context of your business, 20,000 is a lot. Why? Because if you remember a few years back when the government came up with the microfinance scheme, do you know how much it was? The microfinance scheme? I think it's yeah. Do you know how much it was? 10K. 10K was the maximum ceiling that you can get for a microfinance. For that, you need to have IC copy, you need to sign some agreements, and you need to do certain things. Okay, meet certain requirements. Now, if you go to BSN or you go to Bank Rakyat, which are the few banks that are handling, also SME Bank, which also do microfinance, you can borrow, you can ask from 5,000 to 50,000, but you have to have a guarantor. Okay, so let's ask some of the readers here. Did you have to give your IC copy? Did you need to sign some agreements? Did you need to get a guarantor?
No.
No. And you got, how much? 20K? Very easy. And what do you need to do for that? Pitch. Pitch. Okay? And next year, I believe they're still going to go to do this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You said with IDESA, they didn't have to do much. Okay? They don't have to come out guarantor. You don't have to come with a financial plan. And you can win $20,000 for your business idea. Right? So, here I am judging these competitions. And I think where I met Lim and John was the KK district one, yeah? Okay, so just to describe to you what the competition is like. Each team is over 3 days, right? Yes, was 3 days. 2 days.
2 days.
2 days, yeah? Saturday and Sunday. Okay.
Yeah.
Saturday, they get you in the hotel. There was in Grand Borneo, yeah? This is the KK district. So they had Sandakan, Tawau, Kotam, Marudu, Keningau. And then they take a few 5 winners from there and certain other teams, and then they bring you to the grand final. So the district, you get 5,000, yeah? Okay. So first night, they bring you in, they teach you a few things, how to pitch your business or prepare your business for pitch. The time limit is 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to pitch your business. The judges are given a variation depending on how many people are pitching. We're allowed 2 to 3 minutes to ask questions. Okay? Mostly 2 minutes now. They give us 3 minutes because 2 minutes. Same with IDESA, also 5-minute pitch, and we were given 2 minutes to ask questions. So sometimes we also cannot ask enough questions. Yeah? So we have to base our things there. So going back to the Grand Borneo one. Here I am Saturday. Kena call, come be a judge on Sunday. It's Saturday and Sunday lah, okay? You don't want to spend time with family. But never mind lah, just came back from the DG one in UMS. It was exciting to see young people energized and wanting to share the business. So here I come with a lot of hope because these are of course adults and you have a $20,000 prize waiting for you. Imagine my disappointment. We had an opportunity, the judges had the opportunity to share after the judging, after giving the points. And in that sharing, I used this word, go home. If you don't know what the hell you're doing here, go home. Don't waste time. Okay? Because to me, 20,000 was a lot. It can start your business. It can get you to begin. Okay? But what they were pitching was really horrible. Okay? But they won, so they're okay. Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to show you a sample of, this is not an actual pitch, okay, but I'm going to show you a sample. Today you're going to be the judges, okay, of this pitch. This is a mock pitch, but this is what I had to go through, and some of the judges had to go through before we pick the winners. They were just for your knowledge here. There was also discussion among the judges. Do we have to give? Can we not give? But apparently the organizer said must give. Okay, so you take the best out of the lot there. Right? Okay, so let's go to the pitch. I'm going to pitch you on a business called Borneo Orchids. Alright? Okay. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'd like to talk to you today about Borneo Orchids. This is our business, our team's business, okay? Okay, we're all in Sabah, Borneo Island. Borneo has, of course, we know, a lot of flora and fauna. Okay, we have special animals like the orangutan. We also have the gibbon, proboscis monkey, and also flowers. We have the biggest plant, Rafflesia, and of course we have orchids. This is what I'd like to talk to you about today. In Sabah, orchids, if you know, you can see Gaia Street. But also rare orchids can fetch a very high price. There was one orchid that traded in New York for $5,000 for one very rare orchid. Okay, $5,000 which is about 15,000 ringgit. Okay, the global orchid market is about $1 billion. Right? Surprisingly, although orchid is a natural habitat within the tropical zone, these are the countries that produce the most. Okay, Japan, USA, Taiwan. Okay, you wouldn't have thought that they produce the most. Malaysia produces 40 million, and according to the Minister of Agriculture, 95% of these are produced by Singaporeans in Johor, and then brought to Singapore and sent out. Okay, so 5% only is from Malaysia. So we see an opportunity here. Okay, as Borneo is home to 2,500 to 3,000 species of orchids, it's a natural habitat for orchids. We also have one of the second business airport in Malaysia. We have direct flights to Japan. We also have direct flights to Taiwan, two of the biggest producers. And also MITI has committed to giving marketing expertise to people that want to grow orchids. Our company also has proprietary technique for cultivating orchids because orchids are hard to bloom, but we have our own way of doing this so that we can bloom monthly. Okay? So we can sell more. Our target market is to sell domestically, like airports like in Thailand or Bangkok, where you can see the orchids in boxes. Also for functions and events, we will promote this to event organizers to use as corsage maybe or garlands. Export market for research, and also we would like to keep the DNA in our labs so that maybe this can fetch higher price because of deforestation and disciplining orchids. To start off with, to do this business, we need 2 acres of land. We want to build a tissue cultivation lab, get some staff, seedlings, and we need your investment. Thank you very much. Okay. Right. So do I get the money? Who would give me the money? Oh, so that capital. We haven't completed yet. But we estimate that 2 acres of land our friends got. This building maybe 100,000. Staff maybe 2, 1 in zone, 3 lah. So seeking the government can give maybe 100,000 lah.
How many years you can get back the capital?
Haven't completed yet. You give me the money, then we can do the proposal.
How much do you want? I mean, how much are you targeting for now, for this session?
Okay, like the question, I think 100,000 should do.
We say.
Tissue lab to be equipped with the machinery, maybe 200,000 lah.
Okay, I'm not even sure about that.
You?
We didn't have time because we were asked to come in on Saturday to do the plan, so...
Special.
You don't even know how much you need. How much should I give you the 20K?
Okay, are the judges?
Do you have links to any of your clients? your target clients?
We know people in Taiwan, so we probably will call them to see whether they know people that do okay. Yes.
I think maybe I have a different kind of question.
Yes.
How do you intend to? How would the product look like later on as you sell it?
Okay.
Is it like a packaging style, or is it
Good
face?
Yeah, we do the packaging factory, yeah. 300,000. Okay, seriously. This was of course an over exaggeration and over dramatization of the thing, but this actually happened. We had pictures that came in with no finances, especially the one in Grand Borneo. A lot of them didn't have finance. They didn't even tell you how much they needed. Okay, some of them, when you query them on the numbers, they say, "Oh, saya rasa begitulah." You know, substantiate, right?
That would be interesting.
Some of them can't even articulate the business. So we had to spend time as judges clarifying what is your business about, what are you selling, and then before we can even ask you about your business, right? So then out. Okay. So there's a lot of challenges. This is why you can understand how pissed off I am spending my Saturday and Sunday. What? No, you don't even know how much you need. No? Okay, and some of them will come up and say, "Oh, we need 400,000, 500,000."
Yeah.
And we're only giving you 20K. So why should I give you 20K? Because if we give you 20K and you need 500,000 to start, you can't get this business on the ground. But that's why the question come up. Must give up. Okay. So this is what happened. All right. But just to share with you, okay, I wanted to play around with the orchid because I didn't think it was a big business. I was going to pitch as a garden like the Hawaiians, the lay, okay? But apparently, the figures I've given to you are true. The orchid market is $1 billion US. Okay? You can fetch high prices for rare orchids. Okay? And Malaysia is crap. Although it is a natural plant, according to the agriculture minister, 95% of people producing orchids in Malaysia are Singaporeans, mostly in the home. Okay? So we don't produce in big enough quantity.
Just to go and expand on the orchid industry here. We actually had a group of 18 tourists from Switzerland who came down, went in the jungle of Sabah and spent about 81,000 altogether ringgit just to see orchids in its natural environment, and they are willing to pay that much money.
Just to see, don't even pluck or
no plucking, just all they take.
Oh, I should do the
Pivot.
Yeah, so it's not big enough.
And this is actually a second group. The first group was a group of Australians, 10 of them. So they spent about 30 to 30
Sightseeing orchid tour.
In fact,
Orchid tour.
when they were in the jungle,
Everyone start already.
one of them was saying that this is gold mine. I see money everywhere, but I just don't understand why are the people here chopping down the trees.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the comment.
That's why you want the lab so that we can keep the seeds. 1 million lah. Yeah, but seriously, I thought of using this as a joke, but it came out to be that the orchid market is actually very big, and it's a pity that we are not tapping into it. Yeah, of course I know it's quite difficult, but yeah, there you go. I don't know if you guys.
Let's use Sabah to ideas.
Yeah.
Use the same
My
slide.
All right. So let's go into what you need to do to pitch better, okay? Or hopefully, but I had seen some improvement. I think after I chucked the tape about telling people to go home. After that, the grand final and notice it improved. They did come out with financials, but still we did have some problem with people not being able to explain the business very well. Okay. So here I'm going to share with you 7 tips, okay, of my own experience as well as what I saw in this competition. So perhaps in the next year, if you go and join some of these competitions, maybe you can use these tips. But some of these tips go beyond that, okay? If you want to go for VCs as well, these are some of the things that you have to think of, right? First one, perfect your elevator pitch. Some people complain, 5 minutes tidak cukup. Saya punya slide 30. My business is so important, I need 1 hour to explain to you. Alright? Why do we give you 5 minutes? Oh, very good. DGUMS, 3 minutes. The students had to pitch in 3 minutes, and they had to tell us exactly what the problem was, what they're going to do, and how they're going to do it, okay, and in 3 minutes. 5 minutes, complain. Not enough time. And I think even in Grand Borneo and even the Grand Final, some of the presenters went overtime. Okay, but thankfully the organizers say once you're overtime, you just flick your PowerPoint, unless the judges say stop. Now, why is your elevator pitch important? Does anybody know what elevator pitch is? Yeah. The elevator pitch is, for example, they say, you happen to be in this elevator and you see Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. Okay? Now you have a business plan, okay, and this is your opportunity to talk to somebody that may be able to invest in your business. If your elevator pitch is not ready, you may go, and then elevator, of course, there's a destination. And sometimes even in these smart buildings, they get there very fast. Within 1 or 2 minutes, done. Your opportunity is gone. This is why they say elevator pitch. But behind that, there's another reason why they want you to perfect your elevator pitch. One of the reasons is, if you can describe your business concisely and clearly in 1 or 2 minutes, you know your business. That's it. If you cannot explain your business in 1 or 2 minutes, then you don't know your business, is the assumption. This is why they say perfect elevator pitch. If you can do it in 1 or 2 minutes, very good. If you want to do this, I really suggest you write it down and test it. Family members, friends, even in this kind of settings, when you have networking, say, hey, this is my business, what do you think about it? Okay, so then you pitch and people comment. So you get some feedback and you perfect it, right? Until it becomes easy for you to come out and you feel congruent with it. Okay, a lot of this actually ties back into, if you look at it, communication. What is your presentation skill? Talking to people, getting feedback, and also getting the feedback and then changing your message, right? Be passionate. Okay. Again, we go back to what this is quite surprising what he was talking about as well. So some people use PowerPoint in the competition. Some don't even use PowerPoint. Some very canggih use handphone. Okay, show off already. Okay, and even in the e-desa, we see some people using just the flip charts. Okay, but the most important thing here is be passionate. Why? So this is body language. We sing, you're not saying anything, but we sing body language. We have people come in to pitch their business and go like, at the end of it, so macam mana? Do you think we must invest? If it was our own money? You yourself are not confident in your business. Why should I give you money? So you need to come out. What we mean by passion here is you come out strongly. You need to believe in your own business. You need to be sure that this is going to make money, and then you have to communicate that out. So that we feel, oh, okay, if I don't invest, this one will be rugi. You know, you have to get the judges or the investors to feel that way. That is a loss if he doesn't invest. Yeah? So this is passion. But a lot of them don't have this. Right? A lot of them don't come to this level because they feel unsure, takut, macam sekolah, takut kena tembak pada judges or say something wrong. They're scared. But this is your business. This is your business idea. Be passionate. Even if you're with VCs, you have to do this, yeah? You guys were very passionate about your business and you delivered very well. That's why you always get the high marks.
They don't have a wife.
These are your questions. How much? How much do you need?
Yeah.
Some people come in presentation without knowing the numbers. Okay? Or, here, this is the numbers. Okay? Then they come out. They cannot substantiate it. Okay, the grand final. What came up to my mind was a lot of teams use these tourism arrival numbers. They say Sabah has 2.4 million tourists arriving. So if we take 2.4 million people and we only take 10% of the market, $240,000, 240,000 passengers times 10 ringgit, 2.4 million. Right? It's like sell sell things to China, $1 already you get 1 billion, you're a billionaire. Goyang kaki already, huh? Then I asked the question. After a few of them keep on presenting like this, I asked the question. Excuse me, can you tell me whether these numbers also include Malaysians from West Malaysia doing business? Yes. Still, the guy after that still presented 2.4 billion. Okay, if I can use it. So the numbers they are using also, they should substantiate, but they don't. They just plug and put in, and then they come out with a very beautiful spreadsheet. And then you know the numbers they come out with, right? They come at 2.4 million passengers arrival in Sabah. If I charge $1 and all of them buy $1, I get 2.4 million. ROI within 1 year, I give you back the 20,000. What's wrong with this picture? One, it's not easy to sell to all the passengers. Second, even people win lottery, 1 million, regard already. You think you can manage a $2.4 million company in 1 year? I'm not saying not everybody can, but there are people that have difficulty in doing this. Sometimes your company reaches a turnover of 100,000, 150,000 profit. You're already scared. Okay? So is it $2.4 billion? Oh, we return your capital in 1 year, $2.4 million. No way. Once you hit the millions, your mind will change. Your mind might start thinking of buying a Ferrari. Or locking yourself up in the house and not coming out again because people are going to screw you. Because they know that you have a million, right? So these are where I said the numbers are not right. Okay? So know your numbers. Know what number you are using, know your profits, and how you want to grow your business. A lot of them, just now, everything put in, 2-acre lab, packaging facility, staff, everything, suddenly come out $500,000. And what I wanted to convey to them is, you see, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Apple Computers is currently the biggest company on the planet, okay, by capitalization. But they didn't get there overnight. It took them many, many years. Every company will take a while to grow. But when they pitch, they don't get this. When they pitch, they want to pitch the whole thing. For example, in the orchid, I want to pitch the whole thing. I want to pitch the 2-acre land, I want to pitch a lab, I want to pitch the packaging facility, staff, everything, one shot. Can't I do bit by bit? Can't I do something first? Something small? Why would we see like that? Because your risk is lower. We don't invest so much. And if this goes down, at least our capital loss was very small. Let's say you just buy the 2-acre land. Okay, I fund you for that. You go and use other facility, somebody else's facility. So even if your orchid business fails, only that investment around, not the 400,000, not the 500,000. So this is what VCs look at as well. So when you pitch also, talk by step by step. I did try to explain to people, you can show your whole picture, what you plan to do, but make sure you tell them, this is my plan, this is my roadmap, but for now, this is what we want to do. Okay? I want to have the lab, I want to have the 2-acre land, I want to have the packaging facility, but for now, let's start the lab. Like there are $20,000 to go to purchasing the land or renting the land. That's how we start. Okay? So a lot of people, big ideas, big pictures, but there are reasons why we ask these questions. Look to cooperate. Okay. So sometimes in these pictures, right, suddenly there's like 10, 15 people. We had one was 39 business pictures, a grand final. And suddenly you see, how these people work together? If they work together, there are resources that they can share. Okay? There are skills that they can use. Okay? But don't want to cooperate. Everybody wants to be the big boss. Okay? Cannot cooperate. But I believe that this kind of pitching competitions is the best way for you to network and see other people with like mind, with other assets or other abilities. Okay? Somebody may have the expertise you want. He's also pitching a business. Why don't you talk to him? There was one pitch where they wanted to buy certain machinery, which is about $200,000. And we said, why don't you not buy the machinery? Why don't you just go to somebody with that machinery already and just pay him first? Until your business picks up, your brand is famous, then you buy your own machinery. You want. I want my own machine. Okay? You can find a competition that can pay you $200,000 because you're not cooperating. And in this world now, you have to cooperate. It's no more a world where you can be a single businessman because it changes too fast. And you don't know about everything. The technology changes too fast. This is the world of cooperation. That's why Facebook, Twitter, these are social media software that work because they pull you together. Okay? People that like abilities pull together. Now is the time for cooperation. See how you can cooperate with your business. Okay, these two, those 5 were mostly for the pitching as well, but also applies to what you do for VCs. Yeah? VC will ask you to do your elevator pitch. When you pitch also in front of them, you have to be passionate. It can be intimidating, okay, because you're in the home ground, there might be 5 or 6 of them in the panel, they're going to shoot you down, they're going to ask you many questions. Some of them just want to test you to see whether you work very well under pressure. Okay? They may know that you know, but they're going to shoot you down anyway. Some of them may act bad because they want to see how you react, how you defend yourself. Okay? So the VCs are very used to seeing a lot of business people. Okay? And they're not going to be kind because you're going to take money out of their pocket. Plus, the only way for them to give the bonuses is for you to return the capital to them with interest. Okay? So you better make sure you know what you're doing. So they're going to test you. Another problem that they had in the competition was sharing the ideas. Okay, like just now I put in proprietary technology. There are some people that don't even want to share the ideas, so they're very vague when they present. So you ask also, what's going on here? Oh, I can't share with you. Now we can talk in private if you want. You can't do that. The judges have to. You have to base on what you presented. Okay. In your division happened. One of the tire guy in your district one. He was very vague. He didn't want to describe too much. Okay, so what happened was again body language. I think the judges also felt that he was holding something back. Something was not right because he was presenting very well, but there's something was missing. Body language. Okay, so in the end it turned out that yes, he did not tell us how he was going to get his supply. He talked about how he was going to use it, how he was going to make great products, sell it, but his supply would cost more than what we thought it would. Grand final, okay, just to share, okay, comes out with a nice prototype of something, a cradle, okay, because he said it already, yeah, not me, yeah, because he said it, all right, baby cradle, something, yeah. 9 in 1 or 12 in 1, baby car seat, pram, high chair, all in one lah. Only show us only one picture with wireframe. One picture with wireframe. Cannot show you anymore. Because this is CAD design, I cannot show you. But I want your money. Okay, I understand. I have ideas and I myself had a challenge about sharing ideas, okay? But this is the thing. You may be in the shower, you may be listening to music, you may be driving, you may see a beautiful sunset or sunrise, and you say, oh, I got an idea. And you say, this is the greatest idea, and I'm going to make a lot of money. I don't want anybody else to know. Okay? Your problem will be that your idea might not get off the ground. Okay? Ideas are energy. It needs other people to give input to get more energy. Right? And I can share this with you. A lot of people want to piggyback. They don't want to do the work. So you can take a business idea, it can be the greatest idea, you can throw it on the table. The guy will most likely tell you, I'll invest in you, you do it. Because it's not their idea. If it's their idea, then they may have a motivation to do it. This is the same with managing your employees or staff or colleagues. If they have some input in a result or something to do, they will have what we call buy-in. They have participated. You consulted with them. They say, I am part of the solution, so therefore I have some contribution, I will see this through. But if you tell them, this is my idea, this is what I need, oh, it's good, okay, I'm going to do this. Likelihood of it happening is not there. So it's hard to tell people about this because I know some people think that one idea I need to see another sunrise or sunset, or I need to have a great shower before I get another idea. But that's not true. Ideas will come, and sometimes by opening it to others to share, they can give you feedback. And you may know, get to know things that you did not know. For example, I didn't know I could have put in orchid tourism. Next time I do a pitch like this, I can do 80,000 ringgit, you know.
Yeah.
But
Just can-
there were people, especially in the district, I told them, you have to be comfortable sharing your idea. Imagine this, you are in a business pitching competition and you are scared of sharing your idea. How are you going to win this game? This is what happened. You understand my frustration, and you understand why I'm telling people to go home because they're wasting my time, right? That's what happened. People come to the competition, don't have numbers, and don't even want to share the ideas. Okay, last, VCs, yeah, or also for your own business. Write a business plan. If you take anything away from tonight, is this: VCs will want you to have a business plan. Okay, I can show you one more slide. This is it. This is NTDC's investment process, Asian Technology Development Corporation. They go through a screening phase, evaluation phase, approval phase, due diligence, investment, and then monitoring and exit phase. VCs are not going to stay with you forever. You must have an exit strategy, meaning that either somebody buys their shares, or you go for listing, or somehow other they get out with money in their pocket. Okay. So screening phase is where you talk to them about the idea, evaluation, they see whether your data, the information you give them is correct or not, okay? And then approval depending on how big the VC is, board of directors, or do they need to talk to the banks, then they get approval. Due diligence is when they give you something called a term sheet. The term sheet is, okay, this is how much we're going to invest in your company for this amount of shares. Are you willing to go ahead? We may put in our own management. Are you okay? So this is the term, okay? They may feel that you're too young, you may not know how to manage, they can come up with all sorts of terms. It's negotiable, and you can argue, but you need to know your numbers, otherwise you cannot argue. Otherwise, oh, you're taking 30%, you give me 1 million, yay! Imagine you were Facebook. Would you be happy of giving away 30% of Facebook for $1 million? Okay? So you need to know your numbers, right? Of course, monitoring and exit is up to them. Okay, so why I say you need a business plan? Because even in the screening phase, you can get this from the website. This is the details of the screening phase. You must have a business executive summary, and you must have a comprehensive business plan at this stage. So one reason for you to have a business plan is if you want to go for VC funding or bank funding, you should have a business plan. How do you get an executive summary? By having a business plan. The executive summary is the summary of the business plan. You don't create a summary and then the business plan. Okay, you have the business plan and then the summary. So, no two ways about it. To get an executive summary, you must have a business plan. Now, the other reason why you should have a business plan, whether you're going for VC or not, is it is your own roadmap. Okay? If you're going to drive to a new place, you need a map. Now, of course, got GPS, everything, but it's set up for you. Your business plan is your map. Your business plan is not a document that is there fixed, cannot be changed. It is something for you to track your progress. This is what we taught. This is what happened. You can change it, and you should change it. Every quarter at least, you should take it out and review. If you can, and if you are compelled to do a business plan, or you have one now, I really suggest you get the ring binder ones. Do not do the, what the ring binder one. No, it's called
The ring binder.
the big one, okay? Go for those 2 ring ones. They can open, change. Okay? Because your business plan should change. Should change according to what you start to learn as you go along, as changes in your industry happen as you learn. Okay? So that's why don't make it a fixed object for yourself. But this is why I remind you, if you can, business plan is one of the most important things here. How many pages is a business plan? Anybody? Okay, A 32, B 64, C 128. Oh, sounds like RAM memory. Right?
Just 10 pages.
Up to you. Depends on your business, but it should at least cover what your business is about. Okay, describing your business. It should have your marketing plan, your financials. Okay, because that all affects your financials, whatever we talked about here. Okay, who is the management team? How are you going to grow your future? It can be 5 pages, it can be 3 pages, it can be 32 pages, 64, up to you. Okay, as long as you take it out every day. There's not something for you to provide. See my business plan, very big, huh? Guarantee 1 billion, 1 billion. Doesn't work that way, right? Right, so, share this with you. If you fail to plan, what do? Yeah, you fall out of the door. You go home. Yeah? You fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's why I write a business plan. Okay? So just tying up some things with this talk. You see, communication is very important. When you want the money, you have to pitch. Pitching is communication. And if you look at his slides, right, 7% is text. What is text? Your business plan. The rest is how you talk during the meeting with them, how you talk to them over the phone. That's the body language. Don't give them the silent treatment, okay? They might give you the silent treatment, okay? And also, like he said, right, he didn't know, he also didn't understand why the rubber guy, the rubber guy won, and the other guy was, what do you call it? Batuk. Okay, it's like a traditional fire starter, okay? And also in their competitions, we just share with them, because I don't think you can compete again next year, right? Unless it's another business, right? Okay.
No, cannot.
The simpler your business, the easier for you to get funding. And that holds true for VCs. The more complicated, tougher. Because we don't know the inputs or the parameters that's going to affect the business. Simple business can make money. That's the most important thing. Okay? Alright. Thank you. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.